Imagine yourself on a journey through the unknown, a journey that will challenge your beliefs and open your mind to new possibilities. This is what you're about to experience. From exploring the nature of reality to delving into the latest advancements in science and technology, these clips will give you a new perspective on the world. So take a deep breath and let us begin. How has this fungus proven itself to be smarter than humans?
There's a slime mold, called Fusarium polycephalum. And this slime mold is very, very good at navigating through mazes and challenges. One classic example, Japanese are so clever at this. They designed a nutrient, basically a nutrient-like maze, replicating Tokyo in the Japanese subway system. And so they started with Tokyo, and they put oats, which is a nutritional source. They inoculated what is on this basically an agar map with all the major cities, the nodes around Tokyo, and they then each of those nodes had a piece of oat on them, which was a source of nutrition. The main oat was where Tokyo was. They inoculated it, and then they let the slime mold then grow. And first it grew out randomly, exploratorily, just like you would do if you're a hunter or something. You're hunting on the landscape looking for things. And then after about 28 hours, it reorganized itself in the most efficient way possible and reorganized the Japanese subway system in a more efficient manner than it's designed today.
While this fungus may be incredibly intelligent, it's not the only organism hiding incredible secrets. Let's take a look at the amazing discoveries that have been uncovered in the depths of the world's largest cave.
I went into Songdung, which is the world's largest cave. That was only discovered in 1995. It's this massive opening, 6 miles of underground cave. You don't see daylight for 2 days.
6 miles.
You should look at the pictures of this place. You'll love it. I mean, it's just this, it looks like something out of Avatar. I mean, this cave, you can fit New York City skyscrapers inside of it. It's so big. It has its own weather system.
What?
Yeah, it's.
Where is this?
So it's in the Annamite mountain range between Vietnam and Laos, and we got to go into it this year because we were looking for this habitat.
Let's see this. Oh my God.
Yeah, there's Hang Song Doong. That's the entrance to it, and look at the size of it. The scope of it is
I need
massive.
something to compare it to. What am I looking at? I'm just seeing the.
Those are little tents. People.
Oh, those are tents.
There's full lake systems in there. And,
oh my God, that's inside the tent? I mean, that's inside the cave?
Yeah, look at the wedding cake, that one right there. That's called the wedding cake. That one. It's these pyres. I mean, it's the most fantastic looking thing. There's a person standing on top of that little pyre right there for scale.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's insane. More people have summited Everest than have been through that cave.
As we just uncovered the mysteries hidden in the world's largest cave, let's shift our focus to the outer limits and explore the potential of human civilization beyond Earth, as we hear from none other than Elon Musk on the possibility of colonizing Mars.
How much time before there's regular travel back and forth to Mars?
Well, I think it's going to take a while to build a real civilization. The threshold that really matters is, if we're getting past the Great Filter, do we have enough resources on Mars such that if the spaceships from Earth stop coming,
you can survive?
Yeah. So I could only be just missing one little thing. You'd be like, you're on a long sea voyage, and the only thing you're missing is vitamin C. Still not good. It's only a matter of time,
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be curtains. So you got to have all the things necessary to sustain civilization on Mars. And the reason that the ships from Earth stopped coming could be World War III, or it could be due to a slow decline of civilization. So civilization here on Earth could end with a bang or a whimper.
And while the possibility of colonizing Mars may seem out of this world, let's take a look at a moment closer to home when Marques Brownlee exposed a Hollywood superstar.
There's a lot of people who do sponsored videos where they'll talk about a phone as if they use it, but they don't. And that was one of the things that at CES specifically that we kind of had a laugh with at our studio, because you would think, like, if you watched everyone's videos, like, oh, everyone's using a Huawei. If you went into watching that video, like, what phone is in everyone's pocket? I think you would just assume everyone's got a Huawei Mate 10 Pro, and nobody did, which was really funny.
Oh, that's dirty.
And then the other thing is about Huawei. I hate trashing Huawei, but I also kind of love trashing Huawei. Is they have a lot of money to pay celebrities to tweet ads for Huawei, basically. Gal Gadot being one of them, right? Have you heard this story? So she's tweeted a bunch of Huawei ads, and I noticed that while she's a brand ambassador for Huawei, tweeting ads about how much she loves her Huawei phone, if you look in the details of the tweet, it's always via Twitter for iPhone. And it's like, whatever, she can use an iPhone, I don't care. But I thought it was funny, so I just tweeted it.
It's very funny.
It blew up. And I had Huawei reach out to me like, how did you find this? How did you know? Where did you, is this a mistake? Like, could this be has this ever malfunctioned? I'm like, no, that's how Twitter works. Like, you can see the data. It's clearly an iPhone.
And just when you thought you'd seen it all, we now take you on a journey to uncover the hidden secrets of the Amazon rainforest's ancient cities.
The view was, again, there was a dogma, there was a preconception. Human beings couldn't have flourished in the Amazon. It's not a resource-rich area. The soils are poor. It's a difficult area, challenging to get to, very far from the Bering Straits. So the view was that humans hadn't entered the Amazon until about 1,000 years ago. And then gradually, little by little, that view has begun to change. And it's begun to change because of the tragic clearances of the Amazon, because the Amazon rainforest is literally being cut down and turned into soybean farms and cattle ranches. And in that cutting down process has emerged things that shouldn't be there at all. For example, evidence that large cities flourished in the Amazon. Enormous cities, which were larger than there was a Spanish explorer who went down the Amazon River system in 1541 to 1542. He was the first European to cross the entire length of South America from west to east along the Amazon. He reported seeing incredible cities, advanced arts and crafts, millions of people, a thriving culture. And 100 years later, when other Europeans got into the Amazon, they couldn't find these cities. So they said, oh, Francisco Orellana, that was his name, made it all up. It was just a fantasy. And then in the last decade, as the clearances of the Amazon have proceeded, we've begun to see the traces of those cities. What happened was that the Spaniards brought smallpox into the Amazon. Smallpox devastated the local population because there was no immunity to it. There was a massive die-off. The cities were deserted. Within 50 years, they were completely overgrown by the jungle, and that's why they were not seen by the explorers who came in 100 years later. But now the jungle's being cleared, those cities are emerging, and we can say that a city like London, which had a population of roughly 50,000 in the 16th century, there were cities of that size all over the Amazon.
While the Amazon rainforest holds many secrets, let's shift gears and explore another intriguing topic, the wild and unexpected story behind the invention of the microwave.
It's how we got the microwave oven. That wasn't invented by a thermodynamicist. Microwaves. This is a World War II attempt to communicate using microwaves. And they found out some guy's chocolate bar melted in the microwave field, and they said, what happened there? And they did some more tests, and of course, the water molecule and other molecules common in food respond to microwaves. It vibrates them ferociously. And so you put food in a microwave cavity, the water content of the food vibrates, friction cooks the food.
Yeah, but everybody's scared that it fucks up the food.
Well,
does it?
No, it just heats the water.
People get scared. The woo-woo people do.
Okay, so here's the thing. There's certain foods that don't respond well to the flipping of the water molecule, and one of them is like bread products.
Gets hard.
Yeah, it gets chewy and leathery.
Yeah.
And just when you thought you'd heard it all, brace yourself for the shocking truth about Christopher Columbus.
If you needed more reasons to think that Columbus was a dick, okay, let me add one to it. He has to get back, this is his third voyage, 1503 or 1504. He's got to get back to Spain. He doesn't have enough resources, not enough food for his crew. So he asks the natives, would you please give us some of your stock that you have collected from your farming? Now, this particular group of natives only makes exactly the amount of food they need to tie to the next crop. They don't have surplus. So they said, no, we don't have surplus, sorry. Columbus knew that 1 week hence, coincidentally, there was going to be a total lunar eclipse. Columbus said, and he knew about this because he had read the tables, the eclipse tables. He says to the natives, if you do not give us food, my God, which is more powerful than your God, will make the moon disappear and it will turn blood red. That will happen in 1 week. You have 1 week to comply. Some of them were skeptical. What? You can't what? Others said, shit, we got to do what this guy says. Look at the ships they came in, their guns, their power, their culture. Look what they've got. Sure enough, right on cue, the moon begins to disappear. And within seconds of this beginning, they bring him all the resources he wants, and he gets. And we don't know what happened, back at the island, whether the people survived the winter.
If you made it to the end and you enjoyed the video, please make sure you like and subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you.